Hey everyone, James Gilliland Landscape here. Hey, something we get a ton of questions on is retaining walls and just, some common things that we see and other homeowners see. Probably the biggest one is, these walls, people see them falling down all over. Obviously not stuff we build, but, we get these common questions about, are they going to hold up? Will they hold up? Why are other ones falling down? So a couple things to touch on real quick. Probably the first big one is just drainage behind the wall. So, 2B is what we use, 2B limestone behind these walls. It's a 1 foot column of gravel. That's what's back in here. And basically what that's doing is that's allowing that wall to freely drain behind, alleviate any of that hydrostatic pressure. Not so much now because it's pretty dry right now, but in the springtime, whenever it's raining every day. The other thing would be this drain grate right here, which actually still needs set back in the wall. There's going to be one of those every 50 feet. That's really kind of the industry norm, to have that wall pop through the face, or that pipe pop through the face of the wall every 50 feet. And again, just to eliminate that hydrostatic pressure. So that's one thing, drainage. Number two would be geogrid reinforcement. Again, a lot of people ask what that is. It's hard for me to see in the sun here, but basically that geogrid reinforcement that you see behind there, that's this netting product. What that's doing is that's going back into the hill, roughly in this case, these are like 6 foot grid runs, and they're anchoring that wall from trying to tip over. So it's in order to tip, it's actually got to drag all the soil behind the wall with it, and it can't do that. There are pins in these walls, 2 pins per block on a Versa-lok. That's really more of an alignment device than it is to actually like hold the grid or hold the wall up. The weight of the wall is what's holding the grid. And so I'm just walking down here, and I'll turn and kind of look back the length of this wall. This wall happens to be at the Kerwinsville football field here, and so we got the opportunity to work on this project. Very long wall, 215 feet long. I think it's I don't know, about 160 or 170 block per run. And so this wall is going to come up at the highest spot about 5.5 feet, and then be capped. And so back behind here, this is going to be a much flatter, it's not going to be flat, it's still going to be a decent grade, but it's going to flatten this area off. The boards obviously are not permanent. That's just separating the soil backfill from the stone drainage layer, which again is 12 inches wide, and then obviously it'll be capped. The other thing real quick, super important, would be a good solid base. You won't see that now, but what you will see is this bottom block. When this thing's finished graded, this kind of drops down in now. When this is finished graded, this entire bottom block is going to be embedded. So we call that embedment. And, we're going to have at least 6 inches of embedment here. Underneath that block at the bottom is another 6, 7, 8 inches of good limestone gravel for the base. So the base is important, drainage is important, geogrid's super important. And you put those all together, and you've got a wall that should really stand the test of time and last. And so again, just to answer some of those questions, now hope it helps. All right, thanks, see ya.